Hamburger SV, European champions, German champions, one of football's biggest clubs. But after years of decline and life outside the Bundesliga, one question remains. Can one of Germany's greatest clubs find its way home? We've got 5 years, one rebuild, one mission. This is the 5-year plan. Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the 5-year plan series. Now we are going back to Germany, second time visiting Germany as part of this series, and for good reason, because we are managing Hamburg. As I said in the intro, massive club, former European champions, former German champions. They've just fallen short recently. They spent a lot of time outside of the top flight in Germany, and it's going to be our job to try and put them back on top and give their fans something to sing about. First initial thoughts. There's some names here. There is some names here. Yusuf Poulsen, you guys will probably know. RB Leipzig is where he kind of made his name. Danish striker. We've also got the likes of Ransford Koningsdorfer, who I quite like the look of, to be fair. He looks like a good young player. Those who have played Football Manager over the last couple of years will know him, I'm sure. Ghanaian international. He just looks decent. He looks okay. I think hopefully we'll be able to do some work in terms of developing him. We've also got Sambi Lokonga. You might remember him from a brief stint at Arsenal. He was at Palace as well. I forgot about that. But again, looks like a solid midfielder, probably good enough to get us started as part of this rebuild. And, you know, just around the squad, there's good young talent. Alexander Rossing Lelesit is somebody that I'm looking forward to see how they develop. Exciting young winger, good flair, Norwegian, good pace. I just think it's a decent squad to get us started with, really. In terms of the funds, I was quite pleasantly surprised to see that although the club's only got 3 million in the bank, or just under 4 million, we've been given just under 7 million pounds to spend to try and make this squad better. We've got 5 years. Can we get Hamburg to the top of at least German football? Let's give it a go. Let's do some transfers, and I'll see you at the start of season 1. Okay, we are at the start of season 1. I was given some money to spend. Did I spend it? No. The main reason being there wasn't really anybody that I thought could improve us that was good value for money. We sent the scouts out all over the place. They couldn't come back with anyone, so we don't have any new players coming in at the start of this rebuild. We do, however, have one player leaving us, Fabio Balde. He left the club. He is gone to Augsburg for 600 grand. So the squad looks pretty much exactly the same way as we left it. You'll see that we did try to move some players on. The likes of Sahiti and the likes of Somahoro. They didn't get any bids, but you know, we'll leave them on the transfer list and we'll see how we get on with the original squad. In terms of our tactics, we're going to mix it up. Normally we play a diamond, but I'm looking at the squad. They've got some good wide players. I'm thinking we kind of go for a 4-3-3. We're going to be playing beard ball as usual. 4-3-3. Flat back 4. We've got a holding midfielder and 2 central. We've got the wingers with the arrows pushing to make it a narrow front 3. We all know that narrow formations do seem to work on Championship Manager 102. So why not give this a little go? We're going to be playing on attacking. We're going to be playing short passing. Normal tackling, we are going to press and we are going to try and trigger the offside trap where possible. That is everything that I've got to update you on. It's not a lot really. It's more the tactic than anything else. Let's see how we get on at the end of season 1. Okay, so didn't make any transfers. Original squad, not bad. We finished 8th, which, considering the board were expecting us to battle against relegation, that's not too bad at all. I'm seeing that Leipzig won the league at a bit of a canter. They won it by 10 points ahead of Bayern. So be interesting to see how that sort of the title race develops in future seasons. Hopefully Hamburg are going to be a part of it. But I'll tell you what, for the first season, we will take that. And we were kind of I was going to say we're there or thereabouts. We weren't really. We struggled really. Looks like we struggled for consistency. We're up and down, up and down, up and down. And a bit of a late surge got us into 8th position. I'm wondering whether that's good enough to get us into Europe, if I'm honest. You've probably got 4 teams going into Champions League. I'd imagine you'd have 2, maybe 3 going into UEFA Cup. So maybe, just maybe, we get ourselves into the Intertoto Cup, which gives us the chance to qualify then for the UEFA Cup. So we'll have to wait and see next season what happens with that. Let's have a look at standout performers. So Nikolai Remberg was our highest average rating. Everyone seemed to have an okay season. Nobody really struggled, apart from maybe, who's this guy? The right back, Mikkel Brenkis. Yeah, he's still only young. Everyone seems to have done okay from the initial squad. Remberg seems to be playing holding midfielder, 3 goals, 4 assists, but a really, really good average rating. So maybe he's one to look out for. He looks really good, to be fair. A lot better than he was at the start of the season, so he has developed. We've also got Jonas Meffer as well up there. Another defensive midfielder, but looks like he's been playing in a more traditional central midfield role. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of gone okay, really. Yusuf Poulsen was our top goal scorer. Königsdorfer was just behind him on 10 goals, Poulsen getting 15. Yeah, interesting they played Poulsen off the left. I kind of thought that Königsdorfer might have been the better option for that with his pace and his flair. But Poulsen, yeah, he seems to do okay. He's quite quick and he can finish. So, yeah, fair play. In terms of assists, not many players up there. The highest we got was Rayan Philippe, French attacking player, playing on the right, pushing up into the striker role. Did okay. Got 9 goals and 7 assists. So all in all, not too bad. We will take it. Quick look at how we got on in cups. We got to the German Cup quarterfinal. We were knocked out by Stuttgart. Yeah, they took the lead fairly early, went 2-0 up, and then we managed to get 1 goal back in the second half, but it wasn't enough. So, okay, yeah, it's not the worst first season. It's pretty encouraging considering we didn't make any transfers. Speaking of transfers, we better go and get our squad ready for season 2. Okay, viewers, starting with the players that left the club. As you can see, we managed to raise a little bit of money, £7.5 million worth of transfer income. Robert Glatzel went to Essen for 1.3 million. Amer Sahiti went to Aachen for 1.9 million. Do you like the accent there? I did. Jean-Luc Dompe went to Paderborn for 1.9 million. And Bakari Jatta went to Rostock for 2.3 million. A couple of players left on a free. In terms of the players that we brought in, we spent 11 million. Corey Gunter has joined us. He is a defender / holding midfielder. I kind of see him more as a midfielder than a defender, if I'm honest. He joined us for 130 grand, which I thought was an absolute steal based on his average rating for his previous club. He just looks like a decent rotation option for that midfield. Next in from Brombury came Mats Kohlert. He is a left-sided player. Can kind of I think he can play left back, but can also play on the wing if we needed him to do that as well. Probably is more of an attacking player, although he has got decent tackling and marking. His attacking attributes for me far outweigh his defensive, but that could be a good option for us. He came in for £1.6 million from Bromby, and yeah, I think he's going to be a good little addition to the squad. Then came the big gun, Mohamed Salah. Yes, you heard it right. We assigned Mohamed Salah for Hamburg for £1.9 million. Yeah, I don't think I need to say too much about this. As soon as we saw that he was available, we snapped him up. He is 34 years old, but still has all of his technical ability. He still has great mentals, and he has all of his physicals still intact. He's going to be a really good experienced player for us. I'm hoping he can go and nick us the goals that we need to push us up the table. A German centre-back came in next, Mark Oliver Kempf. I really like the look of him, if I'm honest. I really, really do. He's a bit of a ball-playing centre-back, but he can kind of do a little bit of everything if not so great. I feel like he's a good technical centre-back for us. He came in for £4.3 million from Como, where he had a decent season last year, so it was a bit of a no-brainer. And then finally, from Union Berlin came in striker Chris Beardiola. This is an Ivorian/French striker. He's probably going to play second fiddle to Salah and the lads that we've already got, I'd imagine. So he just seemed like a good backup option for us. 3.1 million. He scored 27 goals whilst out on loan last season for Young Boys. And that was in 34 games. So he knows where the goal is. I just don't know whether or not the assistant is going to give him any game time, really. Some bits to update you on. We have played the Intertoto Cup up until the semi-final. We knocked out Man United, so that's promising. We knocked out Man United. We then played Başakşehir, or Başakşehir, I should say, from Turkey, and then we got Dortmund in the final. We're not going to obviously be able to play that because the season is about to start. We need to get on holiday and see how we get on in season 2. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we might be playing in the UEFA Cup this season. Let's go find out. Well, we've got a massive improvement on last season. We have jumped up to 4th in the table in 2 seasons. We're on 66 points, which I think is about 10 more than what we got last season. Leipzig won the league again, but we have got ourselves into a Champions League spot. And by the looks of it, we were there or thereabouts all season. Wow. We didn't struggle for form as much as we did last season. By the looks of it, we spent a little bit of time second. We kind of dropped down to 5th after that. Little stint in 7th, but then towards the end of the season, consistency, which is what we need. And we kind of sat in 4th for the last, 8 games of the season, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. Let's have a little look and see how we did in the Cups. Did we get into UEFA Cup or did Dortmund knock us out? We got into the UEFA Cup and we went and won it. Wow. Okay. So we obviously beat Dortmund. What a result that is. Yeah, we beat Dortmund. Who did we knock out along the way? Voluntari from, is that Romania? I'm guessing it's Romania. Yeah, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, but we then faced Polish opposition in the second round, knocked them out. Lyon, that's a good scalp in the 3rd round. PSV, decent. Villarreal in the quarterfinals. Roma, of previous 5-year plan fame, they got knocked out in the semis, and then we played Newcastle in the final where we won 2-1. Goals from Mohamed Salah. I wonder how big a season he had. And Lokonga got us the win. Yeah, we took the lead very, very early. And Livramento scored what was only a consolation goal in the end. So Season 2, we've got a UEFA Cup under our belt. I love the UEFA Cup as part of this series. Okay, squad-wise, yeah, the Mohamed Salah effect is real. 32 goals in 47 appearances. Absolutely huge for us. Königsdorfer had a really good season as well. Much improved, where I think he got 10 last year, maybe. So he's added 12 to his tally and got himself some assists as well. And then Emmanuel Ferrari, who was a player that I maybe kind of overlooked a little bit at the start of this, had a massive season. Absolutely massive. 19 goals and 8 assists. Poulsen got himself 12 again. Limited game time by the looks of it compared to previous seasons. Lokonga with 8. It's all looking very, very positive. Renberg was up there as well for assists. He had a good season last season and he's continuing that. Rayan Philippe did well as well. New left back, and he is playing left back rather than left wing. Got 6 assists. How do the other new boys get on? Mark Oliver Kempf didn't play as much as I thought he would, if I'm being completely honest. Only 19 starts. I mean, he looks like a bit of a Rolls Royce of a defender, so I'm quite surprised by that. Corey Gunter didn't get much game time. We kind of said he was going to be back up. And Chris Padilla didn't even start a game. So, yeah, my prediction on him not playing as much was correct. Average rating wise, Salah, Renberg's there again. Nicolas Capaldo, who I don't think we've highlighted yet, playing right back. Yeah, I didn't think he was a right back. Maybe that's a sign that I need to start, that I need to go and get a right back. But the Argentinian international, very, very solid season at right back by the looks of it. Played 29 games. He looks good, to be fair. I can see why he was played at right back, because he's kind of got the cross in. He's got decent pace, and he's very, very strong in the tackle as well. So I can see why they put him at right back. Maybe I need to go and sign one. But yeah, all in all, really, really positive season. We're in the Champions League, so I'm guessing we're going to get backed in this transfer window, and hopefully we've got lots of money to spend on some new players. Let's go and find out. Okay, starting with the players that have left the club. Pareba went to Saarbrücken on a free. Sahonen went to Karlsruhe on not on a free, sorry, for £2.2 million, which I thought was a decent deal for him. And Maxime Mateba left the club altogether on a free transfer, meaning that we brought in £2.2 million, a lot less than last season, but we were backed financially by the board, and in a big, big way. We were able to spend just shy of £30 million, and here is how we spent it. Gerard Martin came in from Barcelona for £2.8 million. A left-sided defender, can play left-back, can play centre-back. I really like the look of him, to be fair. I think I fancy him more as a centre-back. We'll see what the assistant decides to do with him. Dennis Huser then came in from Hanover, 19-year-old German striker. Kind of hasn't really played a lot of football. Did well for Hanover, second team last season with 10 goals in 20. Scored for the first team, got an assist for the first team, but had limited game time. I kind of see him as one for the future, if I'm honest. I just want to see how he develops over the next few seasons. Luis Hassa came in, £2.8 million from Napoli. He is a decent centre midfielder. I do think he's a little bit more attack-minded, probably. He's got the finishing, he's got the flair. But yeah, I think he could be a really strong addition to the club, coming in from Napoli. Also coming in from Napoli was David Neres, a tricky kind of Brazilian winger, I suppose. Yeah, he is a winger. Left-footed, I can kind of see him maybe playing on the right and cutting in, maybe playing second fiddle to Salah a little bit. But he's got an eye for goal. He can score goals, even though he hasn't done so far. He's got 15 for finishing. He's got 12 for long shots. I expect him cutting in off the wing to cause defences some trouble. Flair, acceleration, everything that I want from my wingers. This next lad came in from Sporting. I promise I didn't just sign him for his name, but Koko Rashvili has come in. Georgian midfielder, good international experience. Kind of just looks, he feels like a backup option. He feels like a rotation option. Didn't really play for Sporting much last season. Got a bit more game time the season before that. But he has come in for £3.7 million. We signed a big gun in the last window with Mo Salah. We've done it again with Milan Skriniar. He has got all the experience that I feel that our back line needs. He's obviously very, very good on the ball. We signed him from Fenerbahce, but previously he was at PSG, he was at Inter, he's played at Sampdoria, he's played at big clubs, and Hamburg's a big club. He is a big player. I think that he could just go straight into our back line, even at the age of 32, and absolutely command things. Physically, he's fantastic. Technically, he's great. And like I say, he's got all of the experience we need. Rory Wilson came in from Aston Villa, £4.1 million. Scotland international with a good goal-scoring record for Scotland at the age of 21. And you can kind of see why. He's a bit of a speed demon, 20 for finishing. Again, limited game time for Aston Villa, but he did score 2 in his 3 outings for them last season. We've given him the number 9 shirt. I don't know if he's going to be my starting number 9, but he's definitely going to be a player to look out for. Nuan Perez was our final signing, coming in from Porto, Argentine international at centre-back. Yeah, I really like the look of this guy. I like an Argentinian centre-back. They're a little bit nasty, aren't they? He's got the 16 for the aggression. He's strong as anything. He can run all day. Yeah, he will do for me nicely. So you will notice that we gave Rory Wilson the number 9 jersey if you have eagle eyes about you, you will know that Mo Salah had that jersey last season. He's retired. So after the numbers that he put up last season, 30 odd goals or whatever it was, he's decided he's had enough. He's going to retire. Hopefully it doesn't impact us in season 3 too much. Oh, it's another great season for Hamburg. Another season of improvement. 67 points on the board. And we have finished in second place, where we were for pretty much the whole second half of the season, really. Bayern Munich have really bounced back after losing 2 titles to Leipzig. They won it at a canter. And I mean, they were first in the league from, what's that, week 6, I think, if my eyes are doing what they need to do. Yeah, week 6, they were first in the league, and they just kind of stayed there. We were second from pretty much the halfway point, 17 games in. And yeah, we just stayed there for the rest of the season. And looking at the other side, Dortmund had a real up and down season. Leipzig, the champions, kind of were up and down as well. Frankfurt, a bit of a surprise package, probably along with us. It was kind of between us and them for second place until we just really took the reins and got ourselves to second place in the table. Let's have a look at how we did in the cups. Bearing in mind we're playing Champions League football. Oh, I nearly got excited then. We made it through to the Champions League semi-final, where we lost to Bayern. 3-2 on aggregate as well. Retegui getting 2 goals in the second leg. Königsdorfer scoring for us. And it was Musiala and Königsdorfer getting the goals in the first leg. It's tight. I tell you what, it's tight. We knocked out PSG. We knocked out Atletico Madrid. We beat Leipzig 4-1, who were the reigning champions. Sorry, we didn't knock out Atletico Madrid. I'm completely lying there. They were in our group stage. So we came through a group stage with Chelsea, Napoli, and Atletico Madrid and qualified. That's pretty good going. German Cup, we lost in the third round to Mainz. Looks like we were beaten fairly comfortably, although the stats will probably say otherwise, and it was probably a bit more of an even game than what the scoreline suggests, despite us only scoring our goal in the 90th minute. We lost the European Super Cup. That's the one I was looking for. 2-1. Look, I tell you what, we're competing. We're competing across the board in Europe. We lost 2-1. Eze and Saliba getting their goals. Hefty, our right back, scoring for us. And we lost to Freiburg in the quarterfinal of the League Cup as well. Okay. So all in all, a very, very positive season for us. Let's see how the players did individually. Goals-wise, Königsdorfer, he's improved again. He's got 25 goals. I think that's 3 more than what he did last season. David Neres getting 11 goals. What a good signing he has been. He got 7 assists also. Then we've got Hassa, Kokorashvili. He played a lot of football. 11 assists and 8 goals. Farai seems to have dropped off a little bit from where he was. He still played 50 games. But yeah, you can see, the usual suspects are up there at the top. Remberg is up there. Königsdorfer's up there when we look at the average rating. Milan Skriniar had a really, really good game. Had a really good season, I should say. Wilson didn't play hardly any football this year. That's a bit disappointing. Rossing Lelesit, who I highlighted right at the start, is developing very, very nicely as well. I wonder if he is going to get a little bit more game time as this goes on. I mean, he is kind of getting more and more game time, but this season he got 6 goals in 12 off the wing, which is pretty good if you ask me. One thing that I tend to do is forget to look at contracts, and that has stung me again. Nikolai Remberg, the player who has been outstanding for us and had an even better season than he did last season, is going to PSG on a free. Yeah, I know. I need to check the contracts. It's a schoolboy error. We're also losing Capaldo as well. He is going to Leipzig on a free, and that one hurts a little bit. that does hurt a little bit because, you know, he had a really good season last year. Not as consistent maybe this year, but he's played a lot of football. He has played a lot of football for us. Right, we're going to have two massive holes to fill going into season 4 with Renberg and Capaldo. Let's see what we can do to try and plug them. Right, transfer window done for season 4. Nikolai Renberg actually went to PSG for £8.75 million. We obviously got some money for him. He didn't just leave on a free, so that has softened that blow a little bit. The other players leaving the club, Sylvain Hefty, who he's kind of been a backup right back for us. We decided not to renew his contract. That was a conscious decision. And he has just left us on a free transfer, hasn't played a lot of football. We know about Capaldo leaving. He is leaving for absolutely nothing. That breaks my heart. Sumahoro is going to Paderborn for £1.2 million. And Mats Collert is going to Rostock for £2.1 million. We actually managed to make a little bit of money on him. He had a good first season, but just didn't really play second season, so I think we could get some better players in. Speaking of players in, we've gone a little bit big again. £27 million we've been spent, this time only just on 3 players. Savinho is one of those 3 players coming in from Man City for what, £8.75 million. I really like this signing a lot. I'm a fan of him in real life. Again, another Brazilian winger that's a little bit tricky, but he's got those long shots, which I think going to stand us in really good stead with him cutting in off the wing. He's either footed, he can play off of either wing. He's got the dribbling, he's got the finishing. He is going to be a pain in the backside for the defenders of the Bundesliga. I can't believe that they haven't played him as much as they probably should have done, really. Joe Scally came in also from Man City. He came in for £3.9 million after signing for them on a free, but only starting 10 games. Joe Scally, he is, I'd say he's primarily a right back, but he can also play left back. So now you can see why we let the likes of Hefty go, because I think he is just a better player and he's back up for both sides. Nicholas Sivold was our last signing. We signed him from Leipzig, which I think is quite a big bold move for little Hamburg, who, you know, Leipzig have won the first 2 titles that we've seen, and we have signed one of their key players for £14.5 million. And I mean, he looks outstanding. He really does. When we look at, you know, how big a part he's played in those title winning seasons, he started 35 games in each, got a good average rating in both, got 13 assists last season, started 48 games. So this is no mean feat, being able to capture a player who's been so instrumental for them. He comes in, I've got no doubt he is going to be a starter. We have played a game already while we were waiting for the season to start, and that starts today. We did play against Leipzig in the League Cup semi-final, and we lost 2-1. Udrago and Philip Tietz got the goals for Leipzig, and new boy Savinho got onto the score sheet for us, scoring in the 46th minute. But it wasn't enough for us to be able to win that game. We're going to be playing in the Champions League again, so let's find out. Can we go one step further and win the league or the Champions League in season 4? Oh my word. You're not going to come much closer than this, let me tell you. We've come second. And we're on the same amount of points as Bayern. We were pretty much just jumping between first and second place all season. Bayern had a really bit of a rocky sort of back end to the first half of the season, and then towards the end it was just us and them tussling for top spot, and they beat us to it in the end, on goal difference, I believe. Looks like we've lost that one on goal difference. That's pretty heartbreaking, considering it's what, a couple of goals. Oh dearie me. I'm I'm a little bit gutted, but obviously it's progress again. We've kind of gone from being sort of like mid-table to fourth to second, and then to, I can't call it joint top because Bayern Munich did win it, but finishing on the same amount of points as Bayern. That's pretty impressive for us. Let's have a look at the cups. Okay, we won the German Cup. We beat Mainz. That's another bit of silverware that we can add to our trophy cabinet. We beat them 4-1. We had goals from Hasser, 2 goals from Hasser, Gerard Martin and Königsdorfer. So it was 1-1 after 21 minutes. It then went to extra time, and then that is when my boys came into their own. They did have a man sent off just before the end of the 90 minutes, which probably contributed a lot to us scoring 3 times in extra time. But very, very good way to cap off the season with a cup. Champions League, we got to the quarterfinals where we were knocked out on away goals. That's tough. That's tough to take. Barkala scoring in the 49th, cancelling out Königsdorfer's 12th minute goal. I'm seeing his name pop up a lot on the score sheet, which is good. I wonder how good a season he had. But yeah, Champions League, it wasn't to be. And we lost in the semi-final of the League Cup to Leipzig. So we come away with a piece of silverware. That is promising. That is what we kind of want to do. Goal scorers then. Königsdorfer, I tell you, he's dropped off a little bit. He has dropped off a little bit. 20 goals now, 5 less than he did last season. Savinho with 19 goals, 12 assists. Kokorashvili, who maybe I did sign him a little bit just because of his name. I thought he was going to be back up. He scored 12 goals and got 11 assists. And Lewis Hasser hasn't played as much football as the others, but he has got himself onto the score sheet 9 times, which is pretty impressive. In terms of assists, Savinho's up there, Savold's up there, Kokorashvili, Königsdorfer, Joe Scally, Newlad and Martin. Looks like they're playing right back and left back, getting themselves up there with 7 and 6 assists respectively. How did the other new boys get on? Rory Wilson still didn't get a lot of football, bless him. Sambi Lakonga's starting to drop out of the team as well. Dennis Huser he got 5 goals in 5 starts, which isn't bad considering we signed him for one for the future a couple of seasons ago. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. Skriniar having a good season. I'm very, very happy with this season. We got one last season to try and win the Bundesliga and maybe the Champions League. We've come very, very close. Can we do it? Let's find out. So, players leaving the club ahead of our final season. Chris Beardiola has left after not starting a game since signing, but doing very, very well for our reserve team. So, he's made some contribution to them, I suppose. Rayan Philippe left on a free transfer. I tried to get him to sign a new contract. He just wouldn't. And his game time has been dwindling over the past couple of seasons. So, yeah, we say goodbye to him. Otto Strange went to Dusseldorf on a free transfer also. And Sambi Lakonga, we said we might need to get rid of him. Wasn't playing a lot of football. We got a good deal for him in the end. £4.2 million from Red Bull Salzburg. And then we move on to the players in. We spent a lot of money again, £28.5 million. The first player coming in didn't cost us anything. He came in on a free from Augsburg. Noah Kai Banks, an American defender. I think he's pretty solid. He can also play in midfield. Good addition to the squad for me. Alexis Selimakers came in from Milan for £12 million. Our most expensive signing, I think, of this series, definitely of this season. I mean, I brought him in because he can play right back, he can play left back, and he can play on both wings. I don't know where the assistant is going to play him. I just know that he's probably going to be a starter somewhere down the line. I think that for me, I'll probably play him on the wings just because of his crossing, his dribbling, his finishing. But we'll see what the assistant decides to do with him. Daniel Svensson came in on a free transfer from Dortmund where he was playing quite a lot. I was surprised to see him available for a free, but a really good left back. His preferred foot is right only for someone that can only play left back or left midfield, which did surprise me a little bit, but I think this guy looks great. absolutely brilliant. Probably going to be our starting left back for this season. Lazar Jovanovic is a player that I have been tracking for a little while. He just excites me when I look at him. So we were looking at him when he was at Stuttgart, and he never really, it's a weird one really, because he never really got game time, but they just wouldn't accept a bid for him. He then went to Nuremberg for 5.75 million. They didn't start him either. And then so we brought him in at Hamburg for £5 million. And I mean, as an attack-minded player at the age of 22, he's pretty tasty, isn't he? He excites me a lot. He's got the finishing. He can play out wide as well. Good signing. And then along came Ivan Villa. We signed him from Atletico Madrid as a striker. He is a regen player. But look at the amount of goals this lad has been scoring, and look at his assists. So he popped up at Boca a few seasons back, 31 goals in 36, 44 assists. He then followed it up next season with 22 goals. He then moved to Atletico Madrid, where his game time has been a little bit stunted, and we bought him in for £11.5 million. Look at him. Look at the amount of 20s this lad has. He could be a huge player for us this season. That is kind of how the squad is shaping up now. I think we've done really, really well in the transfer windows the last few seasons, despite not signing anyone in the first season. You know, where we are now is a pretty good achievement, I would say. This is the last season of the rebuild. We haven't won the league yet. We haven't won the Champions League. We have won the German Cup. We won the UEFA Cup. And earlier on this season, we won the League Cup against Bayern Munich. This is going to be our final opportunity to win the Bundesliga. Can we do it? Let's see. We've only gone and done it. The final season of the rebuild, the one that really mattered to me, was the Bundesliga. And this time, we are top, despite being on joint points with second. Yeah, we won it on goal difference. We lost it on goal difference last season. We got 6 more points than we did last season. So that fills me with so much joy. And oh, look at this. So, I mean, it was a bit of a rocky start, wasn't it? We didn't actually hold our own in first place until week 24 of the season. We were kind of up and down. Then something in week 24, it just clicked. And we were top and we stayed there. Looking at how some of the other teams did, Bayern Munich really fell off as the season went on. And Leipzig, who finished second, were kind of up and down with us a little bit. But yeah, really, really pleased with that. I'm wondering how we got on in cups now. Seeing that's made this rebuild worthwhile for me. Is there an icing on the cake? No, we haven't won any more cups. We lost to Marseille 3-1 on aggregate in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Did we play in some sort of Super Cup for finishing second last season? No, we didn't. So, I mean, we won the League Cup and we won the league. I mean, yeah, I'll take that for a rebuild. That's what this is all about, winning trophies. And, I mean, I pinpointed Ivan Avila as a player that really could make an impact, and he has. 31 goals, 7 assists, 11 man of the match, average rating of 7.98. Look at this guy. I don't know who he's a regen of. Let me know in the comments below who you think that this guy could be a regen of. But he is absolutely outstanding. Savinho's had a very, very good season as well. Salimakers did play on the right wing, but Savinho got 15 goals, 11 assists. Kokorashvili, what a signing Kokorashvili has been. £3.7 million we signed him for, and he just seems to be getting better and better in terms of his goal scoring. Considering he played less games than last season as well. 13 goals, not to be sniffed at. Nicholas Svevold, I think I've said that different every time, has got 11 goals and 11 assists. And Lazar Jovanovic got 7 goals and 6 assists. Pretty darn good. Namakai Banks, I thought he was going to play in defence. He's actually playing in midfield, and he's made a good fist of it, to be fair. Decent season from him, 22 years old when we picked him up, and he's got himself 6 assists. Yeah, really, really happy with how this rebuild has gone. Yeah, we've managed to bring Hamburg back to the top of German football at least. Well, the viewers, it's another one down. Another 5-year plan has been completed, and I think it's safe to say this one was a success. If you have enjoyed it, please do give us a like and a subscribe. And until I see you guys again, take care.